Well team, this week's mission we're heading into Te Urewera, going for a bit of a deer hunt. So hopefully some velvet stags, maybe some hinds, maybe some pigs. We will see how we go. We're here with Paul, the man, the myth, the legend, search and rescue legend, surfer, hunter extraordinaire. Anyway, come with us for a hunt. It's better to be a slay up than a play up. Well team, we made it to Tataweka Hut. We also made 2 new friends, which is super exciting. These guys have decided, because we stuffed up their plans, they're going to go to Kahunui, which is a cool spot. I love Kahunui Hut, and we're going to shoot up the Tataweka. Hot barrels team, that's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, no cheers. No cheers, Sam.
I think everything's bloody hot at the moment. It must be like 35 degrees anyway. Sweating. Well, we just saw our first deer of the trip, nice fat hind. Neither of us had our guns out, so she jumped up and ran away, hiding in the shade next to a big slip. So Paul's going to whip his gun out and we'll carry on, I reckon, see what we see. What happened there, Paul Rover?
Just spotted a hind feeding at the top of the slip. Took a little while to get in position to get a good rest, but yeah, shot it, rolled to the bottom, delivered to the door. Nice.
It's 6 o'clock and we both pooped, so drop packs on this nice little bench here. We're going to make camp here. It's a pretty nice spot. Oh, there's heaps of slips, heaps of river flats, heaps of deer sign. I can even hear a deer kicking rocks down the hill over the side of the river, so we better grab the rifle and go have a look. Well, with camp all set up, we're going to go for another hunt. Been a bit of a big old day. We left the buggy at 11:30 this morning, got here at 6 this evening. Paul shot a deer. We saw 2 other deer, so 3 deer in total for the trip. We saw 2 fjord as well, which is cool. But it's been a super hot day. We'll go for another look, see if we can find something else to nail. We walked 50 meters from our tents and saw a fawn on the river flats, and we're like, oh yeah, the hind must be there. So had a nosy, yep, hind was there. So snuck around, pull drilled the hind, shoot the fawn, yep, shot the fawn. And in here, like where we are, if it's brown, it's down. It's you know, we have way too many deer in here, so in Te Urewera, so it's good eating. And 50 metres from the tent, that's a pretty short carry, Paul. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I reckon we could make it.
So that's a pretty decent evening hunt. Living the dream. Well, we've just turned up at what was Tataweka Hut. This is Tataweka Hut here. It's pretty sad, really. This is one of the ones that got burnt down after, like it's one of the additional ones that got burnt down. To me, it's a real shame because look at it, like, who can say that this looks better, that this is better than a standing hut? I mean, the amount of rubbish and trash just left here in this clearing that was Tataweka Hut. It makes me real sad. Like, I'm all for land back. I'm all for many different things. You know, like I'm quite pro tangata whenua looking after their whenua. I think that can't be refuted really. But when you see what's going on here, it just fills me full of sadness. You know, I spent a lot of time growing up in the huts in Te Urewera as a trapper. They were my home, so I don't know, it just makes me feel sad. I'll show you a little bit else of what's going on, all the other stuff around here. Well, how's that? I was having a grumpy about the hut being burnt down. Come down into the creek and there's a pair of Whio. How good. I guess if that's not a pickup on your evening, I don't know what is. It's neat to see.
It's a hit, they're still standing there. Yeah. There's two still standing, at least maybe 3 or 4.
Managed to shoot 2 deer. Shot this nice one, a nice fat Urewera stag. Shot the other one and I didn't place it very well. So chased it until it got dark, and I couldn't find it. Makes you feel bloody terrible. But here you go, we got 1 more deer for the freezer. I think that brings us to 4 deer for the day. So big old day. We've been walking since 11:30 this morning and about to head back to camp with this guy for meat. It's 9:30 in the morning. Paul has got the fire going because he wants to cook up a big tasty beef brisket, which he's carried in frozen, which is pretty amazing. And yesterday was a cool day. We saw 9 deer, I think, 9 deer, and we shot 4, which is not bad kind of odds, I reckon. We saw 5 Whio, which is pretty cool. Saw a juvenile Whio on the walk down back to camp in the evening. We got back late though. That was a big day, so we decided to stay in our tents this morning and go for a bit of a hunt this evening once we cooked up this beef brisket and had a bit of a feed. This place is beautiful. Deer everywhere, Whio everywhere. Bush is pretty chewed out, but it's got Ricky Baker and Uncle Heck vibes, I reckon. How good. Mr. Roper is a backcountry master chef star. He has just cooked us up a big old beef brisket from a wild cattle beast he shot over the fire here for lunch. What a legend. Tasty, Paul?
Pretty good.
Well, let me talk you through the menu for lunch today. On here we have some boneless beef brisket from a wild cattle beast. We have a fire roasted potato with garlic butter and some cabbage that's been steamed in tin foil. Pretty good. So we're going for an afternoon hunt. It's 12:30. The reason we're going for an afternoon hunt is mostly because we're bored, and also because there's a bunch of new country further upstream, further than where we went last night, that we want to have a nosy at. And part of these trips are like, I just enjoy going somewhere I haven't been before, so nudge up further into Te Urewera and see what we can see. What do you reckon, Mr. Roper?
That's a good plan.
Thunder and rain. We decided to hightail it out from where we were hunting because the rain started coming down, the thunder started rolling. It's pretty good amounts of thunder actually. We managed to bump two deer, so brings us to a total of 11 for the trip so far. So team, we just came across what is a absolute Whio trophy. It's dead in the creek though. It's big 11 pointer, well big for in here anyway. 11 point is huge for up this particular catchment. Yeah, I wonder if it was like gut shot or if someone maybe, I don't know, took the back sticks, who knows. But yeah, solid animal. It's just kind of fascinating to me seeing an animal like that. You know, like I came in here maybe 3 weeks ago and saw one with almost identical formation of antlers. That one there's obviously been there for longer than sort of 3 weeks, so it's not the same animal, but it's kind of neat to see animals of that size somewhere, but also like with almost identical antler structure. It's kind of cool. So well, we have just looked back through our photos of the stag that Harriet took a shot at 3 weeks ago. And we've come to the conclusion it's actually identical. It's the same stag. So Harriet must have connected. If you haven't seen that, go back and watch my other video the other week, because yeah, we reckon it's 100% the same stag, and that would explain the no one taking the meat off it and no one taking the head, because that's a proper Whio trophy, I reckon. So what we're going to do is whip the gloves out of my care kit, first aid kit, nudge up the stream, take the head off that manky smelly stag and hang it on a tree. I'll GPS it so Harriet can come in and grab her head, because that is a proper Whio trophy. Wowie, that is so rank, that is gross. But pretty stoked we found Harriet stag. That is a decent stag for Te Urewera, like a real decent stag for Te Urewera, like back in the bush. We're 7 hours back in the bush, so that's a real solid animal. So hopefully we can let it do its decomposing thing and come and get it in a few weeks when it's a bit cleaner. So awesome, pretty stoked to have found that. That's very fortuitous. I thought Harriet had clean missed that. She thought she'd clean missed it, and it just goes to show animals that look like they're missed sometimes aren't missed. That one there, very fortunate to have found that head, even though the meat we didn't recover it. So oh well, it is what it is. That is hunting. The weather has cleared up and we have mustered the energy to go for one last hunt. think we're going to pack up things and head home tomorrow morning. So this evening we'll go for a bit of a wander, see if we can find some deer. We don't particularly want to shoot anything, just want to go have a bit of a nosy. Well, we just saw another 3 deer. All hinds from what we could tell.
One's still barking at us.
One's barking at us. Cool little evening walk. Didn't want to pull the trigger, just got some footage. It's cool.
Nice night.
Go back to the tents, have a bit of a feed and yeah, pack up for tomorrow morning. She's still barking at us. She's not very happy we're here. Fair enough. Well, it's 9 o'clock on the dot. We're all packed up, we're ready to go. Maybe a bit later than we anticipated we'd get away. But we've decided to pull pin and head on out of here, get some of this meat out, and yeah, means we can have a Sunday at home.
Ready for a big walk out?
I am going to be struggling out of here, so don't expect much content. Let's go. Pretty amazing walking along these rivers. There are so many whio in these rivers, like so many. We've seen 5 so far on this trip, but we keep bumping into them, which is cool. Real shame is we're not allowed to put traps around these whio as part of the Eastern Field Link project because we're in Te Urewera. The other shame is we keep seeing stoats in here. We've seen 1 adolescent whio on this river, which is not very good. Usually this time of year they should be getting clutches away of like 4 to 5 minimum each, so we've seen 1 out of what should be sort of 8 or 10. Love to put traps around them. We've seen stoats in here, but TUT are responsible for their own predator control and they won't let anyone else do any at the moment, so such is life. We'll keep living in hope, eh? Oh, well, we made it, team. Far out, a bit warm today. Good mission though. We saw 15 deer. We saw 1 on the way out, and we saw 5 whio. Shot 4 deer. Big mission. Time for state of play. What are your takeaway thoughts, Paul?
I'm thirsty, but check out the view.
The dream. Oh, thanks for tuning in, team. It's a good little mission. Flick us a like, a comment, subscribe, all that good stuff if you want to see more missions. Oh, we've also got some big news coming up. I'm pregnant? No. We're moving as a family to the west coast of the South Island. So if you're down the west coast of the South Island, hit me up. I'll be keen for a mission. I've never really spent much time down there, so in April we're heading down. We're moving down there to live for a year. Living the dream. All right, team. Appreciate you. See ya.